Good morning, everybody. So this is a new type of video that I want to be doing because I got a ring light. So it is only 6 a.m. right now, but it looks so much brighter in here because of this ring light. I'll link the one I got down below because it's not the Diva light. It's like it's called Newer, and a couple of my YouTube friends recommended it. For me because it's a lot cheaper. It was only like 70 bucks compared to like 200, 250. So I got a ring light so I can start recording in the morning. So I don't know if any of you watch Emily Noel 83, but she is my all-time favorite YouTuber, and she sometimes does videos where she's just, she wakes up early to record them so she can record them before her baby wakes up, and she used to record them in the morning when she was a news reporter really early, like Chit-Chat, get ready with me. So I want to do that type of video on my channel where you guys can get to know me a little bit better. I've gotten like some new subscribers recently, and just kind of get ready with me for work. How cute is my little mug too? I got him from Walgreens last night for $2. But yeah, if any of you guys think that the lighting is too bright or anything, I am just working on the camera settings, so this is kind of like the first trial video. But let's see, let me just start by using the Milani eyeshadow primer, which Emily Noel is the one who recommended this, so I'm a long time fan of hers. So I'm just going to apply that real quick. I'm going to do this, hopefully this video won't be too long. Okay, and now for my shadow today, I'm going to be using the Balm. I have two new palettes I got, Meet Matte Trimony, and then the Balm Jovi palette. I think I'm just going to be using this, and I think I want to do a neutral look today, so I'm going to go with these colors right here. So let me just get into it. Now I know some people were asking, because my cleaning video, I was saying how I work like 45 hours a week, and some people were wondering like what I do for a job, so I figured I would answer those questions. So I manage my own salon, like not my own, I don't own it, but like I have a salon that is solely mine to manage, so I'm the only manager if anything happens whatsoever. It is all me, so I have a light bulb breaks, if someone quits, hiring, firing, training, all the numbers, everything is like my responsibility. For instance, yesterday I noticed one of our fire extinguishers was like needed to be tested, like it was out of the tested by date, so I had to take it, I had to Google like some kind of fire testing place and take it there and get it tested and in compliance. So like little stuff like that. Now I won't say the name of it because it is like a well-known like franchisee type of like all over the US type of place. So I won't say the name because we do sign social media like agreements when we get hired that we won't talk about it like in any way, which I totally understand because I want these morning chit-chat videos to kind of be like you guys are just my girlfriends or guy friends just getting ready together in the morning and like talking, so there might be some venting sometimes, and I don't want like anything, I don't want it, nothing's like the company's fault if I'm like complaining about something. I keep looking over here because I want to make sure I'm in the frame. Anyways, so I got this ring light because I have to work 45 hours a week. It's required to work Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6:30. So when I leave for work, it's pretty much dark outside, and then when I get home from work, it's dark outside. My husband actually has to be at work at 4 every day. So he goes to bed at like 8 the night before. So I will get off work at like 6:30, get home at like 7, and then we eat dinner like super fast, and then I have to go, and then we go like straight to bed. So that's why I started YouTube is, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had a job like that, and it kind of gets depressing. It starts to get to you because you feel like you don't have a life and you're not doing anything with your life. You're just working. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, and you go to bed, and then you go right back to work the next day. And that's how I was feeling. So my husband was like, you love YouTube, why don't you start making videos? And then you have like a hobby or something like to look forward to every day. So I have been loving doing this, and I've only been like doing it consistently now for about 3 weeks. But I'm like so much happier. The only thing is that it is really difficult because I can only record on Sundays and Mondays, and then because those are my days off. So that's why I bought the ring light, because now I can record on work days, like today, just before work. So I'm so excited, and I really hope you like this video. I apologize if the lighting is a little too much, or you know, if something's off. I'm still kind of getting used to it a little bit. So everything on my whole channel is only going to keep improving because I'm really putting it all into it. So, oh look, I said, this always happens. I said I was going to do a super neutral eye. Next thing you know, I'm like using purples and the dark colors. This always happens. It's like I try to be subtle and I can't. I always show up to work looking like I'm going to like a nightclub or something. But with where I work, that's totally fine. The beauty industry, we're actually required to wear makeup. So it's totally fine if I don't go subtle, because most of the girls there have like colored hair, really bold makeup, false lashes, like it's the norm. So I always end up going a lot bolder than I planned on. But I think that's just me. I can't do subtle makeup. I'm just a smoky eye kind of gal. So anyways, talking about my job, now I'm going to vent just a little bit, and I hope you guys don't take this like as me complaining. I'm very thankful to have a job, but like I said, I want this to be like as if I was talking with friends. But you guys, if any of you have ever managed before, this is my 3rd management job. I, after this job, never want to be a manager again. It is just so stressful because I manage like 20 something, 30 something year olds. And it's just crazy to me the amount of like, I don't want to say like immaturity that there is sometimes, but like last week I had 4 girls call out, and this week I had 2 girls call out. And it's not even like actual excuses, it's more so always like, oh I can't come to work because my car is making funny noises. But it's like, I have had flat tires and came to work before, and with where we work, they have appointments. So if they call out, I have to log in remotely. So what that means essentially is I go onto my computer at home and log into my computer at work, and I had to go in and look at all their appointments and call everybody and cancel them or move them around, and then text and call every other employee to try to get them to cover their shift. And it just, a lot of it like falls on me. This is my favorite eyeliner. I think it's the NYC or the Wet n Wild. I'm very frugal, so I only get the cheap ones, and I can only do liquid liner. I've tried so many times to do like gel or pencil, but it just like tugs at my eye. So let me apply this real quick. I can't really talk while I'm doing this. It's just been like so stressful recently. It's like 2 days ago I had a girl who quit by emailing me, and she was just like, oh, I'm too stressed out with school to work anymore. But she quit 3 hours before her shift, so then I'm like running around trying to get her shift covered, and then normally I have to end up taking it and staying later. And I mean, it's just a lot to sometimes feel like you can't just go to work and do your best and be your best and then leave. It's more so like you're judged on everybody else and if they're trying. And then also you never like leave work, because on my days off I get texts all the time from like, can I leave early, or I can't come to work today, or like I get some texts like blah 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 is annoying me, and I'm like, leave me alone. So I am going to just apply the Global Protection Day Cream from Ren Clear Skincare. Okay, so now while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. My favorite mascara is the Maybelline Rocket. One coat applied, and now I'm just going to start doing my foundation. So I'm going to take a beauty blender, and this is actually a beauty blender from Marshall's. I've used a real beauty blender before. Now this isn't like the name brand, but I think it works just as good. However, this is like the fourth one I had to purchase to find one that I thought worked just as good, because the first three were like really crappy and really hard. But I mean, it was only like $2.99. So, my favorite foundations right now are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the color Sun Beige, and I mix it with the Milani Conceal and Perfect in Light Beige. Now, you might be wondering like why is she using Pro Matte when she has dry skin. I have like a big thing where I try to use makeup that has like the least amount of like, I guess, chemicals as possible. For instance, the reason I got the balm products is they don't have any talc in them, which mostly every powder, eyeshadow, powder, foundation, setting thing, everything that's like a powder has talc in it, which talc is what they said has been linked like to ovarian cancer. So the balm took out any talc out of their stuff, so I'm like, cool, I'm buying that. And then these foundations don't have parabens, which parabens are also a chemical that isn't that great for you. So obviously, like a lot of stuff I use does have those chemicals, but if I can substitute anything, I'm definitely going to do that. So like my all-time favorite foundation ever, which was recommended by Jaclyn Hill because she has dry skin as well, is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. This is hands down the best foundation I've ever used, but it has parabens in it, so I only use it if it's like a special occasion. So yeah, sorry about the ramble. Let me just go ahead and apply these, and I mix them. This one's definitely a little more orange. I like me a good orange though. I think I'm like the only person in the world that if someone was like, you look orange, I'd be like, thank you. I don't know, like when I used to like spray tan, I'd always like to be like a nice like burnt orange was like my favorite color. I think I'm the only person that likes that, but I do mix it with this so I don't get a little too crazy. So I always mix it like with the end of the eyeliner, and I just do that, and then afterwards I just sanitize this with like a wet wipe. So I'm going to apply this, and recently I found that it works best if I use a brush first and then a beauty blender to pick up any excess. So I'm somewhat gonna like stipple it on, I guess. Not really rubbing it. Okay, now I'm gonna tap it in. Also with my job, I think that most of the issue is I'm just a very, very passive person, and I don't really think that that is the best trait as a manager, because I do think that the calling out issue and stuff like that is because they know that I'm like passive and that I'm not really gonna do something that involves a confrontation or write them up or fire them. They know that they can get away with a lot from me. So I wish I was more of a like aggressive personality, but I'm not, and I try. Okay, so that's all patted in. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Concealer, and my favorite color is the light medium color that they have, but they can never have it at my Target, so I get the light and the medium and I combine them. So mixy again. Then I just apply it with my finger, and then I blend it out with a beauty blender afterwards. Now, I don't do the V's that most people do, and you might be wondering why, but I already, as it is, have a longer face. I have an oval face. that's a little bit on the long side. And I read somewhere, and I find it to be true, that if I do my makeup like this, that is meant to sort of slim the face and make the face appear longer. So if you already have like a longer face, essentially it's not going to look like the best on you. So if you have a face shape like mine and you feel like sometimes your face feels like dragged down, maybe it's because you're doing that, and maybe give this a try. I just honestly put it right under. And this is the Real Technique sponge, which is also my favorite. So I don't do the normal highlighting areas like that with my concealer because of my face shape. And I feel like this is what's best. Okay, so now to set that real quick, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be taking this yellow color with an e.l.f. Blush brush, and I like it because it like fits right under there, and just apply that to set it, and I just patted it and I don't brush it on. I also take the lightest color and I apply it anywhere where there's like a blemish, and then I also do it right underneath my jawline. And then I set everything I set everything just so it stays on longer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in Natural Buff, and I just tap on just a little bit so nothing moves. There's that. And then let's get started on eyebrows. So for my brows, I use this angled brush and then I use the Brow Affection Brow Powder Duo from the European Wax Center, and it's in the colors Sepia and Sienna, and I like it because this shade is a little more red, so it goes good with my hair color. The brush wet first when I do the tail part of my eyebrow, and that's just so it's a little darker and it kind of applies more like a liner. So now some people were wanting to know how me and my husband met, so I figured I could talk about that now. So we actually met on the dating website Plenty of Fish and OkCupid, which is really just like a kind of like a Match.com, but for a younger group of people. So it's not like Tinder or anything like that. It is actually one where you have to answer like a bunch of questions about yourself, like Match. So first I made an OkCupid account, and I answered like the 100 questions that you have to answer about yourself, about what you look for in a partner, what you'd be okay with, what you're not okay with, like deal breakers, like what your ideal first date is, and then you have to like write a bio and all this stuff. So I had met quite like a few people on there, and they match you up on percentage. So like there was some people that I was like 40% matched with, 50, 67, 71. No one was really more than 75% matched with me, just because there's so many questions that I think it's kind of hard to be so matched up. So I had set up some dates with some people like for the upcoming week to, you know, go out and get dinner or coffee or whatever. And so I already had dates set up for like the coming week. So then this guy messaged me, and I forget what he said, but I looked and he was 98% matched with me, and I was like, what? But he messaged me and I never messaged him back because I already had dates set up, like 4 dates in a row set up for the coming week, and I didn't want to like one of those guys and then have a bunch of dates that I had to cancel, because I'm not someone to be like dating multiple people, even if it's in the beginning. So if I liked someone, I knew I was going to cancel all the other dates. So I didn't want to have to cancel too many, so I just ignored this guy that I was 98% matched with. So then I went on all those dates and didn't like anybody. Like horribly didn't like anybody. So I got frustrated because it's like a week later. I'd gone on like 5 or 6 dates, and I'm like, ugh, like this is horrible, whatever, this app sucks. Excuse me. This is horrible, whatever, this app sucks. So then I just deleted the whole app. And I was like, okay, OkCupid's not for me. I'm not going to meet anybody on here. Okay, and then I brushed them out so that they're not as bold. So I was like, oh, this app sucks. I'm not going to meet anybody on it. So I went and deleted the app. So I didn't have like a dating app for like a couple weeks. And then once again, there was a night where I was bored at work. And one of the girls was like, why don't you download this app, Plenty of Fish? So I downloaded that app, and it is pretty much the same thing as OkCupid, where it asks you like a bunch of questions about yourself, and you have to like answer it, and it matches you up with people. But instead of matching you up per percentage, it tells you like who your top prospects are. So I went through and I filled out the whole entire questionnaire, and so I filled out this whole questionnaire about myself and did all the questions. I filled out the bio, all that, and I'm like, okay, let's give Plenty of Fish a try. So then I noticed that there was a page that you could pay 99 cents for to see like who your top prospects were. So like to basically match you up with like your top 20 people that are like in the same state as you, that answered like all the questions the same as you did. So I paid for that, and then I look, and the guy that's at the top as my #1 top prospect is the same guy that I was 98% matched with on OkCupid. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I am just meant to talk to this guy, I guess. Like, obviously we answered on both sites all the same questions, like the exact same. Like, this is unreal. And I was like, but he's probably not going to message me again because I ignored him when he did message me. So I went and sent him a message, and I said something like, okay, looks like we're meant to talk to each other, or something like that. And he responded, and we went on a date the next night, and that is James, my husband, and the story of how we met. And yeah, so it's a really cool story. I mean, we met online. I think now, after being married to him and stuff, I really believe that they got it right, that OkCupid and Plenty of Fish matched us up correctly. I mean, everything that is important in life for like marriage, I believe, and for like couples, like we agree on. And I think that OkCupid kind of, and Plenty of Fish, like they knew what was important. I don't know. So anyways, if OkCupid or Plenty of Fish would like to reach out and put us in a commercial, just let us know. Lucy, stop. My cat's the most talkative cat in all the land. And she's just like telling me a story over here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm taking way too much time. I'm just talking. So, next I'm just going to apply some eyeshadow underneath my eye. Not exactly sure where I left off because my camera died, but let's just keep going. So for a little bit of color, I always just take this bronzer and I just barely like dust it on my nose and anywhere where the sun would like naturally hit, and then down my neck, and just the littlest bit. And then for contouring, I take the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I always mix these two shades right here. This one is a little more of an orange shade, while this one is a little more gray, and so I think together it's really like a perfect combination. And I always take, this came in my Ipsy bag, it's the Luxie 522 Tapered Highlighter, but I think it works perfectly to get right to where I want it. So I'm just going to mix those, and then I'll just start on this side. Barely any up here, and I say very close to my hairline only because I don't have the biggest forehead, so I don't want it to look too much smaller than it is. Put a little bit under my nose. I barely contour my nose because it's already pretty slim, so I don't want it to look too small. And then right under my jawline. And I'll usually blend that. Ouch. Next, I'm going to take the Real Techniques blush brush and My favorite blush, which I only have the little sample size from, and it's Cabana Boy from the Balm. Looks like that. And I just apply it on the apples of my cheeks as well as right above where that contour color is. Now I hope everything's showing up true to color on here. Like I said, it's my first time using this light, so I'm not 100% sure. And now I'm going to take the Balm Mary Luminizer and I'm going to take the Real Techniques buffing brush actually and just kind of pinch it to apply it. And normally after I do this, I take the blush brush again, just so it's not too harsh of a line. And for lips, I'm just going to be using a gloss today because it's just work. I don't want to do anything too crazy with the lips. And there we go. This is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed. This is just for work. So now I need to go put on my work clothes and do my hair. This is my hair when it dries, like naturally, I guess. So I don't usually do too much to it. If anything, I'll just like tease it a little bit and add some more volume into it. Or sometimes I will take it and do like half up. But yeah, this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today. I really liked this. It was kind of just like talking to a friend, and I know that this is perfect to watch while you're getting ready, just to kind of listen. That's what I like to do with other get ready with me videos. But I really hope you guys enjoyed, and please take a moment to subscribe down below so you can see more upcoming videos. I try to post 2 to 3 times a week. Now that I have this light, it'll probably be more like 3 to 4. I want to post every other day consistently. And yeah, give it a like, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day at work or wherever you're going, at home, whatever. And I am gonna go finish getting ready.